Long story short, I ended up getting robbed while reselling phones, and in this video I'm going to break down a few things that you guys should avoid doing in order to make sure this never happens to you. And I'm just going to go off of my personal experience, which I will break down to you guys in a few seconds. Pretty much just stay tuned throughout the entire video if you're a phone reseller and you're looking for ways to make sure that your safety is taken as the #1 priority. But pretty much to make this long story short, I ended up getting robbed in a place that was about 45 minutes from my house, and I ended up driving all the way down there because the person said that they didn't have a ride to meet me all the way to my location. So I was feeling kind of nice that day and I did it, and pretty much I met up with them late at night, and I really shouldn't have. I ended up going to a gas station that didn't have any cameras, which I didn't know at the time, and we met up at the side of the gas station away from like the public area, which was another mistake. And mind you, I let my guard down by pretty much just looking down for 1 second to pick up a SIM card, and they ended up snatching the phone and driving off. So like I said, in this video, I'm going to go over a few things that I've learned over my process of reselling phones that you guys should take into consideration if you're going out there in public to resell phones to random people. So make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel and smash that like button because it truly does help me out, and let's get right into it. The first mistake that I made before anything else is just meeting up at night. As a reseller, your first priority is always going to be your safety, and if I'm being honest, I'm not sure exactly why I even considered going at night because it's just a dumb decision. You always want to make sure that you're meeting up during the daylight where people could see you, and in public spots where it's really active, because if anything does happen to you, at least there are going to be witnesses, and of course people aren't going to be inclined to do anything negative to you if there's people around.
We would have gotten away with it.
It's extremely important that you just focus on meeting up during the daytime. I highly suggest doing it because nighttime meetups are just easy ways to get robbed. Trust me, I've been through it, and I understand that, you know, you can't read a license plate in the dark. You're not really going to get a clear face in the dark, and of course people could dress in all black to avoid letting their identity being revealed in the dark. So really just meet up during the daytime and avoid any stress. The next thing that you want to avoid doing when it comes to reselling devices is just going out of your way to meet people in a far distance. Always try to keep your business within your area because that's exactly where you're going to feel comfortable. At least if something does happen to you, you know where everything's located and you know exactly what places are safe and what places aren't. In my case, I ended up driving 45 minutes from my house to meet up with this random person, and I thought I was doing them a favor by coming to them, but at the same time I wasn't considering the fact that I don't know this place. And of course, if I don't know an area, that means they have the upper hand on me if they want to call their crew to come rob me or whatever. So always keep that in mind because people don't always have positive intentions for you, and you always got to make sure that you're looking out for yourself, because if you don't, nobody else will. If anything, I suggest staying within a 5-mile radius of wherever you stay, because there's going to be stores within whatever area that you're staying in, whether it be a Walgreens, a Publix, a CVS. There's a bunch of places you could meet up at, and of course, if you live in a city, you're going to have a police department within your area, and I highly suggest meeting up in a police department. Your safety is going to be taken into #1 consideration as soon as you walk into that building, and at the same time nobody's going to try to do anything bad to you in front of police officers because they're just putting themselves at risk. So if you're going to meet up with anybody, try to keep it within your area because at least you know what's around you and you know what to expect. And of course, if you have the ability to, just go to a police department. Police department is the easiest way to meet up, and at first I thought a police department was going to be packed with people running in and out, but that's not even the case. You're just going to walk in there, it's going to be an empty lobby, and you're going to have officers sitting behind the front desk, and they're just going to greet you, and you just wait for the person that you're supposed to wait for. Please do that because it's the safest route to take. Now, another mistake that I made by meeting up with this person, they didn't have no ratings at all. Like, I didn't even pay attention to this the first time that it happened to me, because you know it's the first time. But what I noticed is if you're gonna resell anything to anybody, especially if it's on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace, try to go to people who actually have stuff on their profile, whether it be ratings or if it's Facebook, just some posts of their family or pictures of themselves, because at least you have something to go off of. The mistake that I made was meeting up with somebody who literally had no ratings at all and their profile was completely blank. So if you're gonna be reselling anything to anybody, at least take a look to just see if their profile is actually legit and see how long it's been around. Because what I've noticed is if a page is trying to scam you, they probably just created the account within the same month, and OfferUp even tells you this. It'll say that now, like for instance, it's November of 2022. It'll tell you that's when the page was created. So if you see something like that, just avoid the page completely, and if they message you, just ignore them because chances are they don't have good intentions, and that's why their page is brand new and they don't have no information on there. Now, the next mistake that I made overall that you should completely avoid is not meeting up inside of an actual store. Like, I can't emphasize this enough. I really met up with this person outside of the gas station when in reality I could have just stepped in, and if I'm being honest, I still don't know why I didn't do it. because it's almost common sense when I think back on the situation, because it's literally the easiest way to make sure that other people see what's going on, and at the same time you're making sure that there's a bunch of light around you so you can see this person's face. So make sure that if you're going to meet up anywhere, it's inside of a public location. It's cool to meet up outside if the outside area is busy, but being inside just ensures that there are actually cameras that could catch the person in the act of them doing something bad to you. And another thing too, you always want to make sure that you're not letting the person that you're selling a device to sit inside of their vehicle. Sometimes, especially if you're younger, you might see an elderly person or someone who's a bit older, like a full-on adult, who's just sitting in their car, and you just feel a bit more inclined to just give them the device while they have their window rolled down. It's almost like a natural instinct just because you feel the need to show them some type of respect. You always want to make sure the person steps out of their vehicle, because once that person dashes off in their car, there is no coming back. I filed a police report. I was able to get the license plate when the person sped off, but the thing is, you can't really press charges or get a full-on breakdown on the case if they can't confirm that they actually stole your phone. But really, once they dash off with your phone, you might as well just say goodbye. So make sure that that person's not inside of their vehicle, because that's easily the fastest way you're gonna get robbed. All they have to do is put their car in drive and they're gonna be out of there. This is if you get robbed. I've went through all the steps on how you should avoid getting robbed. There's stuff that you should do to just avoid the process completely. But if you do get robbed, make sure that whatever county you're calling for the police department is the county that the robbery took place in. But of course, the person that robbed me didn't even stay in that area. The police that actually came to me said that all of this was out of their jurisdiction and they really couldn't do too much to help me out. And the worst part about this is the crime took place in this county, so you'd expect me to have to call those police. Overall, like I said before, phone flipping is a great side hustle, but there's always going to be negative sides to everything that you choose to do. So I hope this video helped you guys out if you're a brand new phone reseller and you're just trying to make sure that you do everything the right way, because I wish I would have seen a video like this when I first started off, but people just don't post stuff like this. So I really do hope that this helped you out, and of course if it did, I hope you guys smash that like button and subscribe to the channel and avoid making the same mistakes that I did. And also, if you guys are looking for a free money grab opportunity, you can go ahead and click the link I have down below for Webull, where you could sign up and get 12 free stocks worth up to $36,000 when you sign up and deposit 1 penny on the platform. Besides that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.
See you, chump.